Peace be to all. I hope everybody's having a beautiful day today. I hope everybody's enjoying their week. And I also hope that everybody is still out here gardening, starting y'all spring gardens up. No matter if y'all getting y'all seedlings, no matter if y'all planting out y'all beds, what y'all want to plant, getting y'all seeds together, all of these things. Today, I'm going to do a quick little garden tour video. I've been building the raised beds and I haven't took the time to actually record myself building them. And that's my fault. I will definitely make a video. It may not be, I just may not have it up before like spring gardening season starts, but I will at least have that video to y'all in the near future. But like I said, I just want to show y'all a quick little garden tour of the backyard. Like I said, I had moved to a new place and I'm finally to a decent area to where, you know what I'm saying, I don't mind showing what's going on in the backyard now. So I got some stuff up. So just stay tuned and I'll see y'all in the next clip. So this is one of the raised beds. I just got some kale, some radishes planted in there, some garlic, and then some other seedlings that I had brought from the old place that wasn't doing too well. I had planted them like right before the freeze, so they got knocked out. But I had recently got that kale. I was looking for these, the dino kale seeds. I couldn't find none of those seeds nowhere. But yeah, like I said, this bed right here really gonna be dedicated to greens because I don't know if you all could tell, but like it's a lot of trees around here and none of them have leaves right now. And I can't really tell how the yard is gonna be casted by the shadow. So I'm just kind of being tentative as far as building these raised beds and having them in a set place as well, because I don't want to have raised beds in an area that's getting shade most of the day. And if it is getting shade most of the day, I at least want to plant like greens or herbs that can actually handle the shade in the summertime. I'm still doing my containers. That ain't gonna stop. Chamomile, got some radishes in there as well as some clover. Back here, this is all onions. Y'all, as y'all could see, the cold had kind of knocked them back, but onions are very strong. That's why this is one of my favorite things to grow, as well as one of my favorite things to just look at, smell, just be a part of. Got some garlic on this end. Those greens that I had, but I'm gonna just let these just stay in the ground, and if they decide to pop back up, they'll pop back up. But if not, the roots, they'll decompose down there and I don't have to disturb the soil. So once those roots decompose, then release those nutrients to the remaining parts of the soil. So it's kind of like composting in place. You don't have to disturb the soil. Right here, I planted greens right before the freeze as well. But like these radishes down here, they're popping up. Down here I have kale, collards, and mustards, I believe. It's just a little mixture. They haven't popped up yet, but I believe they finna start because I see a little seedling. Well, I saw a little seedling yesterday. It looked like it might have got 8 right there. But I believe that was a Swiss chard seedling or a beet seedling. No, actually it's a beet seedling because I put some beets in here as well. But they're starting to pop up. This is that tropical milkweed I had cut down. We'll see if it comes back up. I believe it will. And then back here is the other raised bed that I made. I just made this one yesterday. That's why I say I just literally used the remaining amount of my wood that I had here. Yesterday, I was just trying to get some stuff done. So I decided to make a raised bed in the meantime, so I wasn't wasting time. But then the plan ended up coming through, so I was able to make the raised bed and I was able to complete the plans in the same day. So it was kind of like a double header. But here, I haven't planted anything in here. All I have in here is I have mushroom compost. I have a couple new things that I haven't used before. I've used mushroom compost before, but the other 2 ingredients that I've never used before is C90. I don't know if anybody has ever heard of C90, SEA-90. It's like a mineral salt. From my research, it's basically like sea moss for plants. If anybody has actual experience using it, let me know. I didn't put very much because it is literal salt, so you don't need to put too much. I also put humic acid in there, and I've been doing a whole lot of research on humic acid, and it's a key factor as to how your plants can uptake nutrients. Now, compost already has humic acid in it whenever you make it, and then rainwater also has humic acid in it. I also have some worm castings, and like I said, I have mushroom compost in there. I ain't want to do too much, but most of the stuff that I did do, my goal is to be able to feed the microbes. So like I said, mushroom compost, humic acid, C90, and some worm castings. That's what I have in here. And then, like I always do, I throw some mulch on top to maintain that moisture and to also help with weed suppression. I don't know what these are, but they were here when I got here. I believe they're irises, because I had some irises and they look just like this. I had planted mine a little bit before the freeze. Let's check it out over here. This one's shooting up. Yeah. And this one's shooting up. And I think I had a couple other ones that I'm not 100% sure where I planted it. But these were already here, like I said, and then I had some that was from the old place. And I'm also gonna be planting some more because I have some other bulbs as well. So I'm probably just gonna keep this area with irises on this back end. This tree is where I've moved basically like my Texas native / drought tolerant plants. This is that pineapple sage. I had cut it back. Hopefully this comes back. This is salvia. That's a pink salvia. This is that Mexican bush sage. This is the flame acanthus. Comfrey popping back through. Comfrey popping back through. I had threw a couple things in the ground if I could find them. Right here, this was a basil that I had from the old place. I just decided to throw it in the ground. And then this right here, I believe is Salvia gregi. Like I said, that's a collard green, a couple seedlings, the mulberry, this dwarf mulberry right here. It was literally doing so good right before the freeze, and it's still alive. But it was already putting off like green. Like all of these buds right here were green. All of these buds were green. Every last one of them. But now this is where we're at, so we're just gonna see. I've never grown a dwarf mulberry, let alone a mulberry in general before, but we'll see. Planted some potatoes in there. This that lemongrass, that go-to cola. Both of these I need to move to a different place and potentially just repot it in general and just do something different. This soil in here is like way too wet. Plants don't really like that in general. So here, have a couple more plants. This is a moringa I tried to overwinter. We'll see if it pops back up. But if not, I have some seeds already that I had threw in there. I'm gonna have to go buy some more because I want to have plenty of moringa this year. I want to start making moringa powder in bulk. Planted some potatoes in there. This is a snapdragon. There was broccoli in there. Harvested that. Strawberries. These strawberries right here, I've been trying to maintain that moisture, but I think I'm finna stop watering for a little bit because I'm starting to see why I'm starting to enjoy the method of like no-till and not disturbing the soil, because it seems like the places that I disturb the soil the least, I have the most water retention. The opposite end of that, it's not on a bad end of water retention. I'm actually retaining the water, but there's still plenty of drainage within these pots, which I'm really enjoying. Carrots, Swiss chard, I had cut it down when it got cold, but as y'all see, they coming back. Some of it. Sage, another kale, dino kale, bay laurel. This was in the whole winter. I had this inside the whole winter, and whenever I first put it inside, it only had this one, and it was way shorter. It only had this one branch, and it was way shorter. It didn't have these, which I'm kind of excited to, you know what I'm saying, keep messing with the bay laurel, because it seems like you don't have to take too much care of it. This right here was that Natchez blackberry that I had in that 5-gallon bucket. I just finally decided to up pot it, see if it would get a little bit bigger. As y'all see, it's already starting to shoot off some green right here. Right here is just an experiment. I'm trying to see if I could start some greens like this, but we'll see. We'll see if it ends up working out. Then I have some more. Just trying to start some comfrey right here. This is mullein, and then I have a couple peppers. And I think these two are peppers, these two are Swiss chard. Just trying something out, experimenting. I believe these are lilies in here, and I just got some more yesterday, so I'm probably just gonna plant them in here. This is not a lily, but these are, I think. This is a weed. This is an edible weed that I had saved. Hopefully, it might come back, it might not. Got some garlic, lavender that's been holding on. This one branch has literally been holding on since last summer. Haven't got bigger, it's literally been that big, but now it's starting to get a little bigger. I got a couple little babies down there. Got some mint. That one right there has ashwagandha seeds in it, because whenever I harvested the ashwagandha, I just took the red berries off and sprinkled them within the soil to see if I could get some more like that. Lamb's ear, mullein, getting bigger by the day. Or chamomile, citronella. Hopefully those two make it. If not, it's no big deal. Thyme, oregano, rosemary. Right here I have seedlings that I started. These are the only ones I didn't start. I didn't start these, I went and got these. But all these other ones I had started myself. Eggplant, tomatoes. I have different types of tomatoes. I have yellow pear tomatoes, celebrity tomatoes, sweet 100 tomatoes, Rutgers. I think I have a couple Cherokee purple. But yeah, I just have plenty of tomatoes. I'm probably gonna end up giving some of these away because I really only like cherry tomatoes and like small tomatoes. I'm not a fan of big tomatoes because just they're so much of a headache to me in my experience, especially when it gets so hot in Texas. Like those big ones, you gotta plant them at the perfect time, and then hopefully that the tomatoes get big enough before it gets too hot. Right here, I had threw some compost down, threw some seeds in the house. We just been throwing seeds just wherever in this little area to see if it pops up. We done threw zinnias, lettuce, string beans. Now I got a little compost for a couple beds. If y'all have the option to, I always would suggest buying your soil in bulk, especially if you could get compost in bulk. Now it was all of that. So this pile went to there, and it was only 50 bucks. You can't really beat that. And especially with it being mushroom compost, you can't really beat that. 50 bucks for a truckload of mushroom. This could probably fill up 3 to 4 raised beds depending on how deep you want it to be. I've calculated pretty good, and for me, I could fill up 8 of these 5-gallon buckets, and then that'll be enough for me to complete a raised bed, the amount of soil that I need. So that's where I'm at with that. I have this little rainwater catchment thing that I could use. Got a little something in there. The reason it's this color is because I had a bucket that had compost in it, but it had water filled in it as well, and I just dumped it in here. And so I'm just showing y'all something quick that I got going in the front as well. I got this container right here that I'm gonna be putting flowers in. I'm gonna be putting zinnias in there and probably some cosmos and maybe a marigold or something. Then I have this that I planted in the ground. I'm just using this little raised bed right here to mark it off so I don't step on it, but I'll be filling that up with some soil as well. But that's tarragon, and I really like how that smells as well as the flowers. They're real good for pollinators when they finally do pop up. But it's all I really got in the front yard right now, just showing y'all this, and then I'm gonna see y'all in the next clip. All right, so now I got these containers. These are 5-gallon containers. These are 7-gallon containers. I'm pretty much just gonna be putting peppers in all of these. I might end up putting a couple eggplant in them as well. I added some azomite, some humic acid. So these I'm gonna be planting peppers in. I'm not gonna plant them in there just yet. I'm probably gonna wait one more week just cause I wanna make sure that at least the temperature could be consistently over 50 degrees. So yeah, this is what I got going right here. I'm gonna put some mulch on this. I'm gonna water it in. I'm gonna let the compost start doing what it's doing, the azomite. I'm gonna let these things sit before I actually plant in it. So whenever my plants go into it, they're already experiencing the benefits. But yeah, I'm gonna just go ahead, wrap up this video. Don't forget to put y'all feet in some grass today. I'm out here walking around, just got my feet in the grass. Remember to ground yourself. Remember that in this hectic world that we're living in, we do have time to slow down. We do have time to think. We do have time to enjoy nature. We have time to enjoy our lives. Nature brings life. Nature brings love. Nature brings peace. Nature works together. And I just want y'all to remember that. Before I get too off track going that way, so this past winter, whenever I was doing my container garden, whenever I plant in the ground, before it gets cold, I like to moisten up the soil real good, because one, I may not be able to water as much because it may be too cold for me to go outside, or the pipes might be doing some weird stuff. I try to water in stuff real good whenever I'm doing stuff in the ground or in raised beds. But this past year, whenever I did that with the containers, I found out that may not be the best thing to do, because my containers ended up freezing because it's above the ground. And so since it's above the ground and it doesn't have anything else to insulate it, it will end up freezing. So I don't know if anybody else has experienced that, but what is a quick solution to that? Should I just try to water each day whenever I can, or just kind of let it do what it do? Or what's y'all suggestion? How do y'all take care of y'all container garden during the winter time? I just want to remind y'all that it's a beautiful day to garden. Stay peaceful and stay loving, and remember to love your neighbor as you love yourself.
Draining all your energy, better pull them like a weed. Undefeated in life, shit, I sprouted like a seed.